Care2 folks, I am standing here with Van Jones, who is the president of Green for All, which is a relatively new nonprofit on the scene, and they're doing some really interesting work around helping to sort of bring together the sort of environmental ethos that all of us have cared about and been doing a lot of work on for a long time, and really sort of connecting it to the jobs element. We all remember going back years how it was always the jobs versus the environment debate. And we're really trying to bust that frame. Those days are over, aren't they?
That's so tired. That's so last century.
So last century.
So last
Very
century.
well put. So Van, I'd love for you to just start off by telling Care2 folks a little bit about your organization.
Sure. Well, Green for All is a national organization. We're working to get what we call green collar jobs for disadvantaged people in the solar industry, wind industry, geothermal, green construction, green retrofits. We know there's going to be a green wave of clean technology, new products, new services. We want to make sure that green wave lifts all boats. We want to make sure urban youth have green jobs and not jails in their future, green careers and not jails in their future. And the way we can do that is by, first of all, making sure the green economy becomes the dominant economy, not just a little niche economy, but the mainstream economy, by greening bigger and bigger chunks of the economy, and then making sure it's an equal opportunity, inclusive economy with green pathways out of poverty for people.
Sure. So how are you doing that? Are you building a grassroots here? Are you working with companies to sort of help connect these two things? What are you doing?
Well, we're doing three things. We're working with government. We worked with Speaker Pelosi to get the Green Jobs Act of 2007 signed into law last year. We're now fighting to get those funds appropriated and allocated. We're working with grassroots leaders, helping them to understand that when labor and environmentalists and civil rights and community groups all get together and start demanding that we, even at the local level, make sure our cities are purchasing sustainable products and green products, organic food from through the school system, that creates local jobs, and everybody wins. So we're working with our grassroots leaders. We're also working with businesses and working very directly with the green employers, saying you get a chance to fight pollution and poverty at the same time. If you build a green economy, this one that Dr. King and Bobby Kennedy would have been proud of, as inclusive, we can not only beat pollution, we can beat poverty, we can bring this country together.
What are you finding? I mean, green employers are obviously, they've been sort of at the forefront of this movement. Have you reached out to sort of more traditional companies, and what are you finding as you're reaching out to them in terms of saying, hey, in terms of how you're operating your companies, you ought to be more green in terms of what you're doing? Well,
that's beginning to happen. As a result of the hard work of most of the people in Care2, other organizations. CEOs can't even go home for Thanksgiving anymore without their grandkids, pointing the finger, asking hard questions. So we're beginning to see that begin to happen. The next leap forward is not just going from gray to green, but going from eco-elite to eco-inclusive. That's going to be the next big expansion. And beginning to think about the green economy, not just as a place for some people to spend money, as important as that is, but also as a place for ordinary people to earn some money, and even for poor people to save money. If we begin to weatherize buildings, for instance, that cuts down on carbon emissions. It also brings down energy bills and helps poor people. So the green economy, as it matures from the eco-niche to the main locomotive for the American economy, will have to expand to include more people. The green-collar workforce will be the workforce of the new century. We want to make sure it's inclusive, diverse, dynamic, exciting, and we think that the green economy can be the centerpiece of a Green New Deal, a new role for government, where the government doesn't try to solve all the problems, but at least government can be a problem to the problem solvers who are moving forward. Our solar industry, our wind industry, our organics industry, they deserve the full support of the government. Right now the government's on the side of the problem makers in the U.S. economy. The polluters, the warmongers, the incarcerators, they get most of the money. Our problem solvers deserve the full support of the United States government, and Green for All is working to make sure they get it.
I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about Barack Obama versus John McCain on these issues.
Yes.
Senator Obama obviously has come out with what I would call a fairly detailed plan on this. You might characterize that differently.
No.
And Senator McCain has obviously at least made gestures in this area, but I'd love for you to sort of illuminate a little bit on that.
Well, I mean, first of all, Senator McCain has perfected what I call the politics of the dirty green. You know, we need clean green politics. He's got a kind of a dirty green politics where he leans in one direction rhetorically, but when you look at what he actually votes for and what he actually stands for, it's a lot of the dirtiest and most dangerous kinds of energy imaginable. Everything from oil, shale, nuclear, tar sands, liquefied coal. I mean, scraping the bottom of the barrel for the dirtiest polycarbons imaginable. That's not the kind of leadership that we need. He also has adopted this whole thing of all of the above. Energy strategy, which is the worst possible way to think about this problem. Now all of the above. We love your solar panels. We love your wind. We love your smart biofuels. We love all that, and we love all this dirty, nasty stuff too. So we'll just do it all. Now, if you had a doctor and you were sick, you went to the doctor and said, "Doc, I'm sick. What should I do? What do you prescribe?" The doctor said, "All of the above." Right? You would fire your doctor, right? You got to make choices here, and we need better leadership than that. Barack Obama is willing to think about complex problems in complex ways. That's the kind of leadership we need in the new century on energy.
Here's my last question for you. The Care2 audience is very active. They care about a lot of issues. They take action on them, both within Care2 and within their communities. What can Care2 members do to engage on this issue?
Well, on September 27th, Green for All, an incredible organization called One Sky, which is a climate solutions organization, and Al Gore's Alliance for Climate Protection are all coming together to call for a national day of action. And it's called Green Jobs Now. You can go to the website right now, greenjobsnow.com. We're asking for people all across the country to do house parties, barbecues, get together, and take pictures of themselves with signs saying, "I'm ready for a new economy, I'm ready for green jobs." Why? It's the day after the first presidential debate. That's Saturday. Newt Gingrich is going to do his National Day for Solutions. His solutions are all, more pollution. Our answers are more solutions, and we want to show that the country is really ready to move in a different direction. So the first way to get plugged in to support this Green Jobs movement is September 27th. Green Jobs Now, National Day of Action. Go sign up, become a part of it. Number 2, October 7th. My book comes out, The Green Collar Economy,
right on.
And it puts out the whole gospel.
Fantastic. Van, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.